Well, hello there everyone. My name is Neko and welcome to one of my YouTuber speed paints. If you're new here, hi, how are ya? It's nice to meet you. And if you're a returning viewer, hi, how are ya? I'm glad I didn't scare you away the last time. Like my other speed paint, you can watch this video one of two ways. You can turn off my god-awful voice and listen to your favorite music, or you can listen to me ramble while I play overly cheerful music. Okay, so a show of hands, how many people have children? Okay, how many people have younger siblings, like maybe 10 years or younger? Cool, I don't. Actually, I'm a preschool teacher, and I teach little younglings how to color the lines, the ABCs, don't eat glue, and set their life up to be responsible, hardworking, individualized, and successful adults for the rest of their lives. Meaning, I pretty much test how far my patient goes every Monday through Friday for 8 hours and get paid for it. So, anyway, after a comment made by the boys during a panel, I've been enchanted with the idea of Bob babysitting younger Mark, Wade, Jack, and Aaron. And with all the inspiration in the world at my fingertips, it finally took me one over-enthusiastic finger painter to go through with it, and finally... Oh, Cat. Hi, Cat. Go forward with drawing the idea. Don't sniff my microphone. So, if anyone knows kids, it's that if they grow bored, they will find a way to get themselves unbored. Hence the saying, an idle mind is a devil's workshop. And boy, do I know some little minds that are so creative they can turn any idea into a good one, in theory. So, we're finger painting the other day, and I'm hovering around the classroom like a helicopter to see the progress of all my kids. One drew a kitty, one drew Elsa, one drew a snowman, you know, the normal things you would expect 4-year-olds to draw. And as I have my back turned, oh, I know all those people who said they have a young'un at home just went, that's where you messed up. Oh, don't I know it. So anyway, as I have my back turned, this one boy decides that he didn't want to paint on the paper anymore. He wanted to paint on the table. And his face. And his arms. And the girl next to him. Let me tell you, this kid went Picasso on everything. And it took all my strength not to laugh. The other teacher didn't think it was too funny, but I thought it was great. We did get the kid cleaned up, and I'm happy to inform you that he'll make a safe recovery from his near-death experience with boredom. And as I'm helping him clean up, I'm like, that's it! That's what I want to draw for my next speed paint. The question was, how to do it. So I started off with this weird sketch of the boys having too much fun with their... Stop rubbing up against my microphone! Where was I? Oh yeah, I started off with the boys having too much fun with their finger paints at the table, with Bob included, but I couldn't fit them all in without making it look weird. So I thought, perhaps Bob had his back turned like I did. Maybe they were watching some kid's show when he fell asleep on the couch or something. And thus, they ended up in the bathroom with a horrified Bob in the back room. The one thing I loved about this speed paint, I think, the most, is just drawing the kids' expressions and everything. Now, when I first drew this, I had 4 different sketches that I drew out. One is just basically little shapes and blobs, and generally trying to figure out what the picture is going to look like. The next one is where I flesh it out, draw a little bit, screw up the anatomy, get it ready, and the third one is where I finalize everything and make it look like it's supposed to. However, a little while after drawing the third sketch, I noticed that the boys' proportions were 3-to-1 heads. And anyone who knows how to draw a 4-year-old knows they're at least 5. Well, didn't I stop this whole speed paint so that I can fix the proportions of the boys' bodies, or else I would have had this out yesterday. Oh well, life of an artist, c'est la vie, all that good junk. And as I'm finishing coloring up this speed paint, I wanted to really get into cell shading. But as I was coloring it, I realized I didn't really like the cell shading. I mean, yeah, I'll keep the background black, or the line art black, because it looks cute and little... What's the word I'm looking for? Cartoonish. I wanted to go with a cartoonish approach. Oh, there it is! Don't worry, you didn't miss much. I finished the background on Thursday, I did that before I even started recording the speed paint because I knew it was going to take a while. I think it took me about 20 hours to get the background the way I wanted it. And I knew you guys weren't going to want to sit here for 30 minutes plus while I rambled and watch me paint, paint in this background of a bathroom. And it's also coloring picking, and if you remember my speed paint last time, color picking is an absolute treat for me. Not really. Anyway, here I am with the cell shading. I decided that I didn't want to go with it anyway. I ended up doing my normal shading. And will you stop jumping on me? Cat owner problems. Sorry. Where was I? Oh yeah, cell shading. And I really want to do cell shading, but I don't know. It feels lazy to me. I mean, if you do cell shading, that's fine, and I think your work is beautiful, but every time I try to cell shade, it doesn't look right, and I feel like I'm taking the cheap way out, because I'm not softening the shadows enough or anything like that. I have to say, my favorite part of doing this speed paint was the little details you see in the background, like the handprints on the bathroom, and Mark stepping in a bunch of blue paint, the little Bob drawing in the background, which is basically just a four-year pictorial, which usually ends up to be this lumpy-looking potato circle with eyes, a mouth, and 4 little sticks coming out of the side for arms. It's amazing. Every kid does it when they first start drawing a face. And if you look on the bathtub, you'll see their names all written on the bathtub, and maybe a septic guy, Sam, a tiny box Tim, and a little YouTube play button. Another thing that I loved doing was little paint smudges all over the face. Now, if you look at Jack, I actually had him take his sleeve and rub it across his face. That's why he has a big blue streak. Mark has little bits of red paint on his face because when he drew on the tub, he colored over Wade's name. And Wade has a little bit of green from Mark. And he also looks like he has ketchup and mustard on his fingers. I just noticed that. Also, there was a little bit of a pause while I was in coloring Bob because I realized I accidentally made him look like Hank Hill, and I laughed for a good 30 seconds. But, oh my goodness, another thing I loved drawing in this was Wade's hair. I don't know why, as soon as I drew his hair, I looked at this kid, and I think it's because he reminded me of the kid who actually inspired this picture, so it's almost a little homage to him. But another thing, oh good God, I almost forgot to color his pants, that's why the quick jolt there, I'm sorry if you got whiplash. Another favorite part of mine was drawing the handprint on Yami's face. When kids have anything on their hands, they don't realize exactly what they have, and they end up just putting it everywhere. They're not paying attention to what is on their hands or what they're doing. It's just in the moment, now, impulsive. This is what happens, this is what I'm gonna do. Oh God, if you look at Yami's sleeve, it looks like he murdered somebody. Oh, whoops. Okay, that's alright. Another thing, oh God, I'm in love with Yami's pajamas. Ah, and I rambled too much, the speed paint's almost over. And almost finished up. There it is, the final picture. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know what you thought, and I hope I will see you in the next video. Bye!